Good Monday, everyone. Ron Crider here with his trusty glass of V8 juice. A little glass of V8 juice every day, never hurt anyone. It's May the 18th. It's a new Monday, a new week, day 63. Stay safe at home. Ron Crider here at the Victoria, 5680 A1A, Indian River Shores. It's part of Vero Beach, of course. By the way, thank you very much. Love all those likes. Had a lot of really good likes. Love all those likes. Thank you so much. I have a shout out to Paula Genovese Smith up in Norfolk, Virginia. Haven't heard from her in a long time. Heather, Cathy, Dr. Lynn W., Michael Rowe, and Jay Parm. By the way, Lynn W. suggested that I let you know that Sir Mare, I don't go to a lot of beauty salons, so I want to make sure I get this right. It's a beauty salon here in Vero Beach at 1030 Easter Lily. She was over there, and she said it's great. It's open. Everything is doing fine there. So, Sir Mare Salon here in Vero Beach. Thank you very much, Dr. Lynn, for that information. It's by appointment only, so give them a call. Phone number is 772-234-7670. 7670. All right, well, you heard me being very distraught yesterday about all of the numbers and the way the numbers were looking, and they didn't look very good. Well, I found this in the Boca Raton newspaper this morning. There was a huge spike in the new cases reported Sunday by the Florida Department of Health. But before you assume it's all doom and gloom, know that there was a significant increase in the numbers of tests conducted. All right, well, we sort of surmised that. But remember, I'm not the guy who is supposed to be making the prognostications here. I'm just the one who is reporting the news. It says, in fact, while the latest numbers reveal at least 1,200 new confirmed positive cases on Saturday, the Department of Health is also reporting a massive increase in testing. According to the Health Department, 29,608 tests were conducted or processed on Saturday, May the 16th. Of all the tests conducted or processed, 2,346 were positive, which is 7.92% according to the Department of Health. That is actually lower than reported Thursday and Friday, and well within the range of roughly 5 to 9.5%, which has been the norm over the past 2 weeks. So I wasn't really trying to be an alarmist, and I was reporting the facts the way I saw them. But it would appear that from what I'm reading here, that's probably not the worst thing. All right. By the numbers, there were at least 45,588 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Florida. And the death count as of yesterday, before I report the new death count today, was 1973. So I saw something on a TV this morning and heard it on the radio about a lot of younger people are coming up with all sorts of side effects from COVID-19 that they're not familiar with yet. So that's just another thing that we're going to have to be keeping our eye on. Let me go into the weather here. I got a couple of other little things I want to tell you about. The weather for Vero Beach today on Monday. It's going to be partly cloudy skies this morning. Thunderstorms likely during the afternoon. High today about 88 degrees, winds south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain during the daytime today is about 80%. And then tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, low 71, winds south-southwest about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain tonight will be about 60%. The number of people in the United States who have died from COVID-19 rose to 90,135 on Sunday, according to the NBC News tally. The United States has more recorded confirmed cases and deaths than any other country. That's what NBC says. I hope they're telling us the truth. I don't particularly like watching MSNBC, and I'll always think they tell us the truth, but let's hope this time they are. Okay, folks, listen up. Vero Beach, you got to understand this. We haven't solved the issue with the COVID-19 virus yet. There is no cure. There is no vaccine. Currently, we're just dealing with it by staying at home, sanitizing, and social distancing. That's all. Nothing's been solved. Everybody sort of seems like it's the time to go out and celebrate. We're in phase one. All right, let's go. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed on the positive side is that we're testing a great deal more every day. At least this testing will unmask this awful villain. We'll have a general idea if we go through the testing process who has it and who has had it and who hasn't. It's time to cautiously deal with the situation at hand. We have to deal with it the way it is. Nothing has changed except we are more educated. We must keep the pressure on social distancing, wearing the masks, and people over 70 must stay at home. So, may I stress, without being an alarmist, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since this whole thing started, other than the fact we are now more educated than we were before. We know a little bit how better to treat it. Our medical people are coming up to speed and dealing with it, but there's still no vaccine out there. There's still no shot. You can go in and get a shot and it'll go away in 5 minutes. You just have to live through it and take care of yourself. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get it. And the point here is the most important part I try to point out every day is it's not over yet. No. The fat lady has not sung. It's not time to stand up and clap. It's not time to have our party, which we're looking forward to having. So we're still in the thick of it. Just trying to deal with it a little bit better by letting people get out and by wearing their masks and so forth. So let's do the right thing every day. I say that, I mean it. By the way, I have a couple of really good thoughts for the day that will come up after the numbers. I'm doing this right now in the morning. It's probably around 7:08 when I recorded this segment of the video today. And then I won't be doing any more recording until the new numbers come in, and that will be around 11 o'clock. I'll start recording around 12 after I've calculated them, and I will post them. Sometimes I don't get them up until maybe 1 or 1:30. I wish I could get them up sooner, but I would like you to have all the new current numbers. Now, I hope you have a really great Monday. Do all the right things. You know what they are. No more preaching. Preaching is over for today. And I'll have some good thoughts for us here at the end of this video after the numbers. I have no idea right now what the numbers are going to be, but hopefully they will be better. Back in a flash. Okay, folks, here are the numbers for May 18th, Monday. It seems like I'm getting a bit of a head start today. The numbers got up pretty quickly today. It's 11:33 as I'm beginning to put these together. And they're pretty much all in by 11:15. A little caveat to put out today. The spike in the daily numbers I reported yesterday was the result of various data dumps from earlier in the month, not previously reported. This was reported by Governor DeSantis this morning at 10 a.m. when he was in Orlando. So that will explain those. Always remember, averaging 23 to 30 days provides a much clearer picture of the ongoing numbers. Remember that. Fortunately, hospitalizations and deaths continue to lower in the state of Florida percentage-wise. So that's a good thing. And by the way, where did New Yorkers flee in the early days of March when this thing first took off? Where do you think they came to? They came straight down here to Florida, which is the reason that we had so many cases starting off with down here. And of course, Governor DeSantis sort of put an embargo on that and wouldn't let them come down here. There are a number of drugs available to the doctors to treat COVID-19. Contrary to what I said earlier today, there are some drugs out there available. Many have mixed reviews. Therefore, only your doctor can determine what drug may be beneficial to you. Now, they're FDA-approved drugs, but you have to rely on your doctor. Don't listen to what the president says or any of these guys say. Listen to what your doctor has to say. Don't think your doctor is going to lead you astray. All righty, let's get started with these numbers and try to rip through them fairly quickly today so you get a general idea of what's going on. These are as 11 o'clock this morning on Monday, May the 18th. Total people tested in the state of Florida, 677,710, and that's an additional 24,629 over the previous day. That's a big number. An additional 24,629 of tests. Positive, 46,442. That's an additional of 854 positive cases. 629,970, that's the good number. And that's an addition of 23,766. That number doesn't mean a whole lot other than the fact that there it is. The hospitalizations for the entire state of Florida were 8,304, and that is an addition of 74 new hospitalizations for the entire state of Florida. Now, the deaths in the entire state of Florida, as of the past 24 hours, is 24. So it did increase by 24 for the entire state of Florida. Now, again, the median age is about 53, and take a look over here. Now, here we only had 666 new cases reported in the past 24 hours as compared to 1,160, and that was because of that big dump of data. Got it? Okay, that's a little bit better news. Now, may we move over to Indian River County, where we live? Okay, here we are in Indian River County. So far, we have tested 3,112 people so far since we started. That's 88 more than we tested the previous day. 106 tested positive, and of the 106, there were no new positives out of that group. Negatives, 3,005, and there were 88 new negatives. Now let's go over here and take a look at the hospitalizations. The hospitalizations for Indian River County, 25, hasn't changed, no new hospitalizations and no new deaths. That's 9. We did have 2 new people tested positive in our county, as opposed to these other days where ones and zeros and ones and zeros. And that was on the 16th, and today is the 18th. So there you go for Indian River County. So let's move up from Indian River County. Let's go down to Dade County. All right, here we are in Dade County. Dade County has totally tested 129,764. That's 3,803 additional tests. 15,864 were the positive tests, and that was an additional 206 in the positive tests. And the negative tests are 113,571, and those negative tests were 3,594 of additional tests. So hospitalizations, 2392. 2392 was 7 additional hospitalizations, and the deaths were 566, and that's an addition of 5. They were 561 prior to this reporting. 566 are the total deaths in Dade County. Now, before we move, let's take a look over here. 176 of new cases. But remember how upset I was about these over here? 553 the previous day. That was because of that data dump. So these are, as of the 17th, 176 new cases down there. Now we're going to move up to Broward County. In Broward County, total people tested 76,085. 76,085 in Broward County. That was an additional 2,335. Positive cases, 6,322, and that was an additional in Broward of 79 new positive cases in Broward County. The negative cases were 69,638, and there was 2,256 of good cases in Broward County. Now let's go take a look at Broward County and look at the hospitalizations. The hospitalizations in Broward County they are now 1,297, and it was an increase of 25 over yesterday. And the deaths did go up by 2. They are now 281. So they did increase by 2 over the previous day. And look over here. This is much more in line. 73 new cases, new resident cases for the 17th. And the previous day was 84. So all that's looking a lot better. Remember how upset I was about this yesterday? All right, here we go up to Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County so far has tested 51,549. That's an additional 1,698. Positive cases tested, 46,474. They added 134. The negative cases, 46,474, and they added 1,564. Those are the good numbers, of course. Now we're going to go over here and look at the hospitalizations for Palm Beach County. Hospitalizations were 826 the previous day, 840 now, and of the 840, they added 14 new hospitalizations, but there were no new deaths reported. That 275 number has remained stable. Now we'll go over here and we'll take a look at this. They added 113 new resident cases, but remember, They're doing a lot of testing here. A lot of testing was done. I mean, for heaven's sakes, they did 1,698, and of the 1,698, 113 tested positive. So here we are in Martin County. Total people tested 3,219. They added 197 new testings in the past 24 hours. Positive 371. They added 50 new positives. 50 new positives. And of the negatives, 2844. And they added 147 new negatives. Let's just take a look over here and see about the hospitalizations in Martin County. Martin County had 56. Now they have 57. They added 1 in the past 24 hours, and there were no new deaths reported in Martin County. And come on over here and take a look at this. 10 new cases in Martin County, only 10, and the previous day there were 26. Once again, makes me feel a whole lot better. Boy, yesterday was just not good. Now we're going to go up to St. Lucie County. And I don't mean to alarm you about that, but fortunately there was a good answer to it, and that is because there was this huge, big data dump. And I tell you all the time that they do shuffle the numbers around once they come in. They readjust them as late reporters show up. Okay, folks, St. Lucie County. St. Lucie County, let's go over here and find out the total testings, 6,369. That was an additional 244 that were tested in the past 24 hours. Positive, 334. There were 11 additional positives over the past 24 hours. Negative, 6,028. And there were 178 new negatives in the past 24 hours. We go over here and check this out. Let's see how we are with the death. The hospitalizations. The hospitalizations were 84. They were 83 the previous day, 84 in the past 24 hours. They added 1 to hospitalizations, and no new deaths were reported. 8 new cases were reported in the past 24 hours. That's in St. Lucie County. Now let's move up to Brevard. Brevard County is Melbourne. That's just north of Indian River County, where we live in Brevard County. Move over here and take a look. 15,188 total people tested. They added an additional 930 since yesterday. So these are the new numbers. Positive. There were 367 positives, and out of that, there were 2 additional ones that were reported as of yesterday. The negatives, 14,413, and there were 928 new negatives. Negatives are the good ones. Now let's look at hospitalizations for Brevard County. 52, and it was 52 the previous day, so no new were added. 11 deaths. There were 10 the previous day. 1 was added in the past 24 hours. And look here, only 2 new cases, 2 new resident cases were reported on the 17th. So look at this. This is so much better. Let's go up to Orange County. Orange County, total people tested in Orange County, 49,520. That's Orlando. 1,799 were tested in the past 24 hours. Positive, 1,679 were tested. Of that, 24 were new in the past 24 hours. Negative, 47,785. And in that group, 1,771 were new. Now let's go over here and take a look at the hospitalizations. In the hospitalizations, 291. The previous day was 289. 2 additional hospitalizations were added, and no new deaths in Orlando in the past 24 hours. So there you have it. Those are the numbers. And as I reported to you earlier, yesterday was kind of an anomaly day because they had dumped a lot of information into the system that had not previously been there. And we flushed all that out, and things are looking pretty good here. And there was 23 additional cases added. These are only additional cases. These people could easily get better, and those numbers would go down. But I still don't like the looks of these past 6 days here. As we say, we got to check from 23 to 30 days. This is the past 30 days, as you can see across here in Orlando. Now let's go over and take a look at the world and the USA. USA cases. 1,490,195. USA deaths, 89,639, closing in on 90,000. not good, closing in on 90,000 for the entire United States. Global cases, 4,748,356, and the global deaths, 315,822. Those are the numbers for today, for the 18th of May, Monday, and this is our day number 63, I believe. And one more little bit coming up right after this, and that will be our thoughts for the day. Okay, folks, Ron Crider here again. It's, of course, May the 18th. It's Monday, day 63, Stay Safe at Home Day. These are my thoughts for today. Keep telling you they're getting harder and harder to find good ones. Life offers you so many doors. It's up to you which to open and which to close. Life offers you so many doors. It's up to you which to open and which to close. Now here's another. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. And you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Creativity, right? You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. And as I say every day, don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution. Don't be a part of the problem, please be a part of the solution. Remember, we're just in the beginning of this virus thing. We haven't solved it. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is we're in phase one. We're getting out and we're doing things, but we have to be socially cautious about what we're doing. Anybody can get this, especially older people like me. So please, 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 do the right thing. If you're older, there's no reason for you to go out. Remember, I tell you, don't go to the grocery store 4 or 5 times a week. Go to the grocery store 1 time a week. And I hope you have a really great Monday, a great new week here in Vero Beach. Ron Crider, your faithful servant, always with you every day. See you tomorrow. See you on Tuesday.